Ladies and gentlemen, what's been going on over the past 12 to 24 hours? What's been going on? I'll tell you what's been going on. I think we need to start accepting the fact that Ben Chilwell is going to be Chelsea left winger. That's what is going on. So we'll talk about that because Pochettino is coming out and publicly stating and justifying why he's playing Ben Chilwell as a left wing, and we need to embrace it. We have to embrace it. We must embrace it. And Paul Winstanley and Lawrence Stewart, they've got a lot of things to say. So let's recap all of that. Let's go. All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin. All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get cracking straight into this news. Pochettino and Ben Chilwell's new role. Ben is a fullback, I know, but he can help the team in different position in animation. I don't know what that means in animation. I think Ben in 4 games created more chances than anyone else, in the national team last week. I think Ben played in a similar position. Now, I don't know what's going on. I don't know where Pochettino is getting the stats that Ben Chilwell is creating a lot from the left side. Honestly, I don't recall much unless I'm watching something else. You guys correct me in the comment section and be honest about it. Have I missed something? Have you missed something? Or has Ben Chilwell actually been creating a lot and he's apparently been one of the biggest creators for us? Like, I'm a bit baffled. Pochettino coming out publicly and stating those things, it's worrisome. What is the status with Mudryk? What is the status with Madueke? We got genuine wingers who I feel should be playing in that area. I mean, now with Cole Palmer as well, like I see no reason anymore to have Ben Chilwell there. Go to the traditional back four, play Ben Chilwell as a left back, play Levi Colwell as a LCB, or just choose one. If you don't want to choose Levi Colwell, then choose someone else. Choose a particular combination. Play with another attacking player. We can't be going into Bournemouth with 2 attacking-minded players in the likes of Sterling and Nicholas Jackson, and the rest are either defenders or midfielders. We need a little bit more impetus. Now, we could possibly set up in a 4-2-3-1, and I'm going to do the preview tomorrow because the game's on Sunday. We could possibly set up in a 4-2-3-1, and instead of having Gallagher in midfield, have Cole Palmer just behind Nicholas Jackson with Sterling on the right. But I just have this genuine feeling that we're still going to be having Ben Chilwell in that left wing position with Levi Colwell playing this sort of pseudo left back position that's been going on. Some are even saying it may not even be Cole Palmer starting, that it may be Gallagher. Look, at this point, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be very honest with you all. I don't care anymore. Do whatever you want to do, Pochettino, but you better get the points because you're doing these madness with Ben Chilwell playing in the left wing. He's simply not a winger. How many times do we have to reiterate? And I don't know what he is seeing of Ben Chilwell, what needing or possibly having the ability to provide a lot more in different positions. This is what Pochettino is going out and saying. Ben has the ability to provide more and play different roles. He's done that for England. England's rubbish. Straight up, England's not good. The national team is not good at all. And Ben Chilwell, the match he played against Ukraine, honestly speaking, I was more focused on Mudryk. Mudryk didn't play well against England. But the bits and pieces that I followed on that match in regards to Ben Chilwell, I don't think Ben Chilwell played that well either. So I'm not sure why he's using that reference and trying to justify it even more, the fact that this is the reason why he's using Ben Chilwell as a left winger. He can't take his man on 1v1. It's not like he's a speed demon on that left side. And his final product is just not there because he's not an out-and-out attacker. Do you know what I mean? As a left back, yeah, you can overlap and give something to your wingers to work with, right? And, whipping those crosses. At times, maybe stay on the edge of the box, much like Marcus Alonso, and look for those shots. but you're not really set out to be someone who is, that we rely on score goals and assists. So in this left wing position, we 100% rely on him to produce the goals and assists and link up with Nicholas Jackson. It's not just about Ben Chilwell's game, it's about trying to get the best out of his teammates as well. And Nicholas Jackson, he needs a far astute attacker on that left side to link up with him. See the likes of Nkunku. You saw Mudryk even in the preseason. Ben Chilwell is just not going to give that kind of service, that kind of link up to Nicholas Jackson. But look, as I said, we've repeated this over and over again. This is what Pochettino believes in. Well, you're going to have to deliver the 3 points. That's how I look at it now. Do what you need to do, brother. Play your Levi Colwell at left back. Play your Ben Chilwell at left wing. Play your Gallagher in midfield. And have all these plethora of attackers sitting in the bench and rotting. No problems. Get me the 3 points. Get me the 3 points because, as I said, I'm going to do the preview tomorrow for that Bournemouth match. We as Chelsea fans, we should not be sitting here and feeling worried about Bournemouth. We should be looking at this particular fixture and thinking 3 points every day of the week. But we are all sitting here nervous. Got to start picking up the wins. Got to start picking up wins. Let me know, ladies and gentlemen, what you feel about that particular public commentary from Pochettino. Let me know in the comment section how you feel about this whole thing with Ben Chilwell. Now, according to Nizar Kinsella, is pretty much going to deliver the nightmare that we are all expecting in terms of the lineup against Bournemouth. Chelsea will likely stick to their tried and tested 4-2-3-1 formation against Bournemouth. He's predicted Chelsea 11. This is Nizar Kinsella's predicted 11. Sanchez, Malo Gusto, Disasi, Thiago Silva, Colwell, Enzo, Caicedo, Sterling, Gallagher, Chilwell, Jackson. I think a lot of us are probably predicting that as well. Even though I had Palmer instead of Gallagher, but I get the feeling I think Pochettino is going to use Gallagher to start things off. So this is probably the lineup. This is probably going to be the lineup, and it absolutely worries me. But let's see. Let's see what happens. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, Poch says James has started working the ball again and hopes he will be available before the next international break. Games before then are Villa, Brighton, Fulham, and Burnley. Look, what I have to say about Reece James, man. I mean, start of this season, we were saying if he starts missing a whole heap of matches again this season, we're going to have to seriously consider what is going on. What is our plan with Reece James? He's the captain of the football club and he's barely available. And this isn't just a new phenomenon. This has been going on for seasons now. You know what I mean? Like since he broke through at Chelsea Football Club. So, look, let's see. We'll wait and hope that he comes back soon, and then we'll see how long he can stay fit until until the next injury happens. God forbid. Like honestly, I don't want any more injuries, but we'll see what happens. How long he can stay fit. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, Paul Winstanley and Lawrence Stewart. They've got a lot of things to talk about. Let's go through what they've said and let's see if we can make some understanding out of it. We knew there was going to be a big transition. No chance to sit back and relax. That's for sure. Did we think we would oversee a Premier League record of transaction? Probably not. So that's pretty much straightforward conversation there, just giving us a bit of a background as to what has happened in the summer window. The average age of the squad was high. We had players with contract issues which had been inherited from an ownership change, and then there were players who made it clear they wanted to leave. They needed to be addressed. Fair enough. I mean, look, okay, so the average age previously was high. Yeah, there was a lot of young players as well. Mount, Havertz. I don't think these players were that, they weren't that old, to be honest. Calamanton Odoi. Of course, players like Lukaku, Ziyech, Jorginho, and all of that. Kovacic, they're a bit on the older side, no problems. And players that wanted to leave, I think those players fall into that category as well. Kante was old as well, and his contract finished up. So, okay, in terms of them justifying what they did in the summer, getting rid of a lot of players and reducing the average age, no problems, fair enough. But I'm just now starting to feel a little bit weary about a plethora of young players in our team. Some are predominantly, a lot of them are potential players. They look good, but there isn't a great sample size to say, yeah, they're the real deal. It's more of a hope that they will turn into a real deal. So there's too many of them. I don't mind the squad having 2 or 3 maximum of those type of players, but there's probably about 7 or 8 that fit into that category at the moment. So when you look at that and you look at the ambitions that we have this season, which is at a bare minimum Champions League football qualification that needs to be done, so anywhere in the top 5, it is tough to put all that expectation on these players that don't have a huge sample size, and they're all potential players, and we're hoping that they turn out to be good. It is a massive level of expectation to put, but as a football club, we have to. I've seen a couple of comments saying, "Means you can't say that these are young players and you're worried about them, but at the same time you're demanding for champ." You have to. I'm sorry. We have to point out the reality, but we also have to point out what is required for this particular season. No point in saying we've got this, so it's okay to come 10th, because it's not okay to come 10th or 11th or 12th or anywhere outside of Champions League football, because financially we're going to get hurt and it will be another season wasted. So Chelsea have gone through this process and gone through this plan and agreed to execute this plan, but at the same time saying that we have ambitions of making Champions League football. Then you've got to match and you've got to put those two together and get that result. And if you don't get that result, even though some are skeptical about the squad and they fully believe that the ambitions that we've set out for the season we're not going to meet, we're going to have to try our best. Chelsea Football Club will have to try their best to get those particular goals for this particular season. I'm sick and tired of excuses over and over again every season. So look, yeah, don't be getting all these young players and then also be telling me that we've got these goals and then we fail to get these goals. It's just not going to fly. The volume of players out, the volume of players in, the turnaround has been significant, but there were certain things we had to achieve for the club and for the group this summer, because results on the pitch at the end of the last season made it clear it wasn't working. We had to make changes to put the club in a better position. We feel we've done that. Yeah, look, early days, but 4 points out of 4 games is not looking good. But the next set of 5 games that's coming up, we'll see exactly where we are sitting for the rest of the season, because it will paint a good picture. If we drop points in the next 5 games, it's all going to blow up in our face, man. It really will. With this group of players, the excitement is building. You can feel it daily. There will be setbacks. There always are, and it can take time. New players, new head coach, different philosophy, and many of the players not being able to complete a full preseason for one reason or another. It won't happen overnight. That's normal, but we are all excited about the short, medium, and long term. Looks like this group with Maurizio leading it. So what is the short, long, medium, and long-term goal? What is that? This is what I would love to hear from Chelsea Football Club. Break it down to me. What is a short-term goal? What is a medium-term goal? What is a long-term goal? Long-term, I'm thinking you want to win the Champions League football. You want to win Premier League, right? That should be long-term goal. Medium-term, compete on a regular basis in all fronts, in all competition. And short-term, I look at it this season is bare minimum Champions League qualification. So I would love to see what these, the board, the people in the board, I would love them to come out and actually publicly give us that these are the KPIs for this season, and we at a bare minimum need to hit that. Reece is someone that you can see has a real passion for the club. He understands what the club is about, has seen success here and wants it again. So as a reference for the players, for the supporters, and for the wider public, He represents Chelsea really well. Fantastic. I've got no issues with that. Maurizio was heavily involved in that decision and has developed a very strong working relationship with Reece, which is great. We just need Reece James to be fit. And that in itself is a challenge. We will plan 2 transfer windows in advance. We can't be reactionary. We've got to look at the whole squad, the players that are out on loan and the opportunities we can give to players in the academy. That is the player puzzle we've got to pull together. All right, no problem. Some good, smart conversations that's been happening here. Yeah, I want to see planning in advance. I don't want to see reactionary moves. So let's see exactly how all of that pans out. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts about all of this stuff that Paul Winstonley and Lawrence Stewart have said. Yeah, give me your thoughts about the squad that's been built by the board and the average age that's been reduced versus what they've been saying in terms of achievements. Pochettino has been saying we need to win, we need to win, we need to compete, versus what our ambitions are. And let me know in the comment, does it all match up to you? Does it all marry up for you? Let me know in the comment section. I would love to see what you guys have to say about that. Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, over the summer window, according to one well-placed source, Chelsea ownership were continuously thinking about what that 100-point team looks like and putting together the right players who will make that 100-point team. Coming from Sam Wallace of Telefootball, look, 100-point team. I don't think we can just sit here and just over a transfer window, summer transfer window, pick up players and have a remit that we are building a team for 100 points. Like, let's just try and get to 70 points. We've not even reached 70 or 80 points for God knows how many years now. And we're thinking about planning for 100 points. You can't just buy players willy-nilly over a certain period of time and just expect 100 points. 100 points, it's more than just buying players. It's working hard during the training sessions. It's executing what you've worked on in the field during the Premier League matches or cup matches, whatever the case is. It's building chemistry. It's building relationships. It's not just about just buying players. 100 points is not worked that way. So I feel like the owners, they just got this strange mentality where they feel they can just buy the 100 points. You can't just buy 100 points, man. You really cannot. It's more than that. The manager's got to be so switched on. It's tactics, it's strategy. It's so much more. It's the human element. It's the emotional element. So you look at teams like Man City, Liverpool, they don't just, it's not just about buying players in the transfer window. They're all elite managers. So let me know, ladies and gentlemen, what your thoughts are in regards to that last bit of point from our owners in the comment section. Love to see what you guys have to say about this. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. Smash the like button if you're here for the first time. Subscribe. Hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. I shall be back for a live stream. Yeah, we'll do a live stream preview for the match on Sunday against Bournemouth. So I'll catch you guys till then. Till next time. See ya.